Well, we've got to guard Georgia better. They scored 91 and 92 on us last year, 92 here, 91 at their place. Do a lot of the same concepts. They cut, they sink the defense, they try to get their shooters to the corner for three. So we've got to do a good job, much better job guarding them than we did at any point last year when we played them. We beat them in overtime here. We got drilled at their place. So we're going to need to certainly shore up our defense. We're going to have to continue to value the ball better. We were a little bit better against State. We're going to have to be much better against Georgia. Their transition offense is tremendous. Their conversion offense is very, very good. And so we're going to need to do a good job valuing the ball and not giving them extra possessions in transition.
What is it in Tari's game that gets unlocked when Xavier's on the floor?
Just getting it to him in the right spots at the right time. I mean, everything's timing. The passes are just better. Everything's better. The spacing's better. The difference between throwing a strike and throwing one that's low and outside. Low and outside, you can't do much with. Right, you can take off and attack and do what you need to do. And so, there's a big difference in all that, and it helps the timing with it.
Obviously, Georgia's struggled a bit this year, but on offense, their free throw attempt rate is 13th in the country.
13th in the country in free throw attempt rate. They're 11th in the country in foul rate, drawing fouls, and so that's a major issue. Number 3 does a great job driving downhill, getting right. Does a tremendous job, physical, putting his body into you. I watched him a lot at junior college. He comes from the same junior college Charles Manning came from. Tremendous program at Florida Southwestern, and they've got a phenomenal coach. Coach Murphy, Eric Murphy does a tremendous job, and he does a great job getting downhill. Cook does a good job drawing fouls. 23, the big kid inside, and he's either finishing at the rim or he draws a bunch of fouls. So they do a really, really good job living at the free throw line. That's part of the reason their offense is very, very good.
You talked about last year, because they have so much different personnel now, Wheeler's gone and stuff. How can you relate to last year with what you?
Well, they still do a lot of the same concepts. It was the concepts that gave us problems. The personnel certainly gave us issues. Wheeler's quick. Staying in front of him certainly an issue, but they run the same concepts, and those gave us issues.
I watched Georgia a bunch on TV. They look like a 1-11 team. They look like they play everybody close and push people to the brink. What's
Yeah, I mean, they played Florida really well. They had Auburn beat at home. I watched the Florida game. They go through some offensive slumps when they don't shoot it great. But no, they play extremely hard. They've got good concepts. They're definitely not. They're a lot better than their record would show, and that's something that is very worrisome.
You mentioned that the turnovers, getting those from 22 to around 14 last game. What was the big difference, I guess, between the two games?
Well, they didn't press us as much. When they pressed us there, we got a little bit helter skelter, but we just made better decisions and stronger with the ball.
You mentioned maybe calling timeout. Can you see your team kind of going downhill a little bit? Last game when they were in that streak of shot 0 for 9 threes for Jack and 3 tempted to call timeout and say,
It was, but we burned the one on the inbounds play because we couldn't get the ball inbounds. I was just trying to get through to the next media timeout.
what's the problem with the inbounds play? It seems like this all year that's kind of been
We don't screen.
no screens. I mean, is this something you practice on, obviously, but
We never practice it, Ron.
you never
We
practice.
just roll out there and we never practice it. We have worked on it at all.
Well, it looks like
I agree with you. We've spent a lot of time working on it. We got one guy who executes the stuff right. And then quite frankly, I don't want to get into the intricacies of it. If you watch what we've done in the past, what we've done here, we've had to change the guy who throws the ball inbounds. Our inbounder's not as based on inbounds, you gotta throw it, you gotta anticipate, you gotta know what you're doing, you gotta throw it before the guy breaks wide open. And we just wait. We have guys wide open. You go watch the tape, we got guys wide open all over the place. And we don't own the ball.
Curious what the results of your rebounding study show.
I'm not gonna share that.
Were you right or wrong?
I was right.
Of course, yeah. Did I need to ask?
Well, after looking at the film, what was the biggest issue with the defense? You broke it down a little bit simply after the game, but giving up about, 45, 46 last game in the second half?
Just one was the fouling. We ran to the free throw line way too much. We fouled Molinar. He was 6 of 6 in the last 5 minutes of the game. We fouled him. We fouled Tolu Smith and those guys too much. But we let the ball get too close to the rim too often, whether it be off the initial break or off some other stuff. But we let the ball get too close to the rim too often. When you do that, you're gonna put your defense in tight spots.
Fouling's been a running theme of an issue all year. Is there any difference you're taking in approach heading into a team like Georgia with their foul and free throws?
And is what it is.
You gonna tell us what you and Didi agreed to yet or not?
No, yeah.
I mean, with Sharif playing well and Afton and Kari and Alex, just what would you say your front court rotations at the moment?
Well, we'll see. Every team's different. Georgia doesn't play traditionally two bigs, so it'll change our rotation a little bit just based on their personnel and who they play. But certainly, I feel like Sharif has played well. I talked to him yesterday. We need some consistency. He's done a couple good things in some games for us, and now we need it every day. And I think he can do that for us. He's been working out. He's been doing some of the extra work, some of the extra things that he needs to stay consistent. So I've been pleased with that. And so some of it's just a feel thing based on how we got some guys on our team that no matter how they practice, you pretty much know how they're going to play in a game. We got some guys on our team, if they practice bad, they're going to play bad. If they practice well, they're going to play well. So some of it's based off of, for some of those guys that you mentioned, it's based off how they practice, because you got to know that if you're just hoping something good's going to happen if you put them out there and they practice bad. If they can't show you in practice, they can't do it in the game. Now I got other guys that can sit on the bench and practice all day and go out there and they're going to play the same. But a lot of those guys you mentioned are not those guys, and so a lot of it's determined on how we practice.
As you're getting healthy and winning again, are you eager to prove down the stretch this is who we are and not the team that struggled in the middle there?
I mean, look, we just got to get wins. If anybody else, if one of the blue bloods in our league had the injury that we had, everybody's give them a break. We're not going to get that. So that's just part of it. Every record when you watch the TV would say record with such and such, record without such and such. But we're not, that's not how we are. And so that's fine. But we just gotta keep clicking off wins. That's the best thing. That's the best thing we can do. It's just to keep winning. We gotta have good practice today. Try to go win tomorrow.
That's kind of what I was gonna ask. You talked the other night about how important that win was. 6 left. What's the message now? Just keep winning, obviously. But
Yeah, we gotta finish strong. We've got we're 2/3 of the way through, and people come for the ending of the movie. So we gotta finish it off. Gotta finish it off strong. We've got 3 home games, 3 road games. Got an even balance. We've got to get off to a good start, and do what we gotta do to put ourselves in position here down the stretch.
Anything else? Thank you, Coach.
All right.